If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
A segment that we host every Wednesday morning about this same time. Tom Roberts from Greater Coosa Valley Area Chamber of Commerce. Tom got a special guest this morning. Tom, good morning to y'all.
Good morning. Happy to be here. It's a great tradition, even though it is an hour earlier, thanks to the time change and the sunshine coming out and being a part of springtime, but we also have some wet weather down the road. But it doesn't change some exciting plans that are going on in the city of Childersburg. Yet another new business is opening its doors, and this one's kind of a combination. It's a little bit close to home for me. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the better half. This is Deliverance Hope. And she is going to be opening a combination business in Childersburg at Coosa Pines Drive. That's just off Highway 280. Some call it Plant Road, some call it Highway 235, but there's a strip mall right as you come around the corner from off of 280 onto Plant Road or Coosa Pines Drive. To your right, and it houses several new businesses, one of which we just had a ribbon cutting for a couple of weeks ago, and that's Max Beauty Supply. And next door to her is a combination of God Breathed Publishing as well as the gift shop, and that's going to be called There's Always Hope. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, we've already been up and had a few conversations this morning, but let's pass along to the viewers exactly what this is all about. Okay, God Breathed Publishing. You've been an author for quite some time. Tell us about some of your past writings.
I've written over 200 books. Currently, there's about 15 of them edited, and we're focusing right now on a series called Maggie May and Me. It's about a little boy. He's 7 years old, and he watches over his little sister, Maggie May, who's 5. The parents aren't such great role models, but their Mima is the inspiration that leads them toward God. She teaches them with jars on the farm. It's quite a heartwarming little series that a lot of people are following.
And as you've traveled around the Southeast to promote the series of books, you're about to come up with number 3, but it's the Faith and Family Tour.
Yes.
And you're highlighting a lot of the, I think, foundational things that are slipping away from us as a society, faith and family. And it's going to take some concerted efforts to turn our attention and our actions back in that direction, and this book is in that direction as well.
Yes.
Now, an awful lot of your past writings have come to a new kind of life with a line of Christian gifts.
Yes. More
specifically, you've got greeting cards. What are some of the other lines of products you have?
There's several theme jars. There's over 30 different theme jars. I use different symbols like the I am jar for God says who I am. There's 77 attributes of God, and they're all on rocks. And so you can take one a day and learn and look up the scripture references and follow in that direction. And there's several different ones. I do photography, and I take the writing excerpts from books that I've done and combine them with the photography and make them into 8x10s. There's magnets, bookmarks, all kinds of inspirational gifts that when you give, they keep on giving because they refer the person that you're giving them to God themselves. And so you can further their relationship with God.
Well, there are a lot of things that you have that one might describe as part of daily devotional series. Also, a lot of things that could come in pretty handy for Sunday school teachers, both for children all the way through adults, things to inspire study of the Bible.
That's right.
And a Christian, Christ-based gift shop.
Absolutely.
And it's called There's Always Hope.
Yes.
How'd you come up with a name like There's Always Hope? Oh, that's right. Your last name, Deliverance Hope.
Yes.
Now, one of the things that I like a lot about what you do is the photography.
Yes.
It's not just your everyday, ordinary stuff. You go out looking for a lot of things in nature, and you've taken photographs. You and your daughter and myself, we've taken a lot of photographs from deep into Florida. all the way up to Iowa.
Yes.
How would you describe what you look for when you're taking pictures?
I don't look for it. I say it's right before us. The beauty of Christ is before us in every creation, and so I look for the best in every angle. It's just a natural gift, again, that we try to use our talents and gifts that God has given us for His glory. So that's why we put excerpts from the different books that refer to Him again, and that way you can continue to grow your relationship with Him directly.
Well, when you're opening up the business,
Yes.
We're going to do things a little bit differently.
Yes.
Some folks start with a soft opening to try to work the bugs out of things. Some start with a strong and out front opening with a grand opening and ribbon cutting all at once. And you're doing things a little bit differently this Saturday.
Yes, I'm having a sneak peek preview. It's from 11 to 1, and you can come in and see what we have to offer at that time.
And we invite folks to come out, and then you can follow up. And when we schedule the ribbon cutting, we've got a lot of those on the schedule throughout the greater Coosa Valley area, but that's going to be coming up this coming Saturday. That is going to be March 16th.
Yes.
From 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., just a short period of time. And we invite our church families to come out and be a part of that, to check out what we have and how you might find personal inspiration from a lot of the things in there. Now, let's get back to Maggie May and Me. That's the current book series. You've had the first book, it came out.
Yes.
And it was titled Maggie May and Me.
The beginning.
The beginning.
And it had a swear jar on the front.
Yeah, a swear jar. Now, this is not exactly, I have to be careful to keep from getting in trouble, but it's not the one where if you let a word or two slip, you drop a quarter in there. That's not what this one's about. It's a little different.
No, it's not.
It's very, it's inspirational as well.
Right.
Now, the second book in the series was Maggie May and Me.
And it's
Maggie May and Me. The second part of it.
It's the blessing jar.
The blessings. Okay, and now we've got a third one in the works, being edited now in the printing from Daybreak Publishing, which is
the spit jar.
Yourself.
Yeah.
The book number 3. What's the second part of its title besides Maggie May and Me?
No More.
No More. And every single one of these is going to be starting with Maggie May and Me as part of the series, but it'll have something extra special, and every single one of them has some sort of jar. Where did the jar idea come from? Where does that tie into the story and the relationships that the children have?
Meemaw uses jars to teach the children about God. And so she has them do things with the jars. It's a tangible asset for her.
Collections of different things, and that's what that's all about. Now, I know you've been a part of a lot of the grand openings and the ribbon cuttings that we've been having throughout the greater Coosa Valley, in Childersburg specifically. How exciting is it to know you're part of a growing community of businesses?
Oh, it's very exciting. I'm glad to be part of it.
Now, you've done this a little bit before. You've had in several places, most specifically at the Pickle Patch Market. You've had a booth in there.
Yes.
And turning it into another location, your own business, that's a big step.
It is.
You're excited about it?
I'm very excited.
What kind of request would you make of the general public?
That you just come in and spend time in there, even if it's just to pick up the things and read them, because my desire is for everyone to know God personally. And everything that I do, I pray to God that it is something that He wants to be done, and He wants it to be there for them to develop their own relationships just as I have. And I want people to depend on Him themselves.
Now, the things that are going to be offered in your store, there's always hope. It's not to say that sometime down the road you are considering several items that will come from others, but as you open the doors, everything that you're going to have available at your store is something that is totally and completely handcrafted, including your line of greeting cards. This is not mass-produced out of some foreign country at a low rate.
No.
These are things that you actually do yourself. Now, that takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication. Where do you find the strength for that?
God. And I do carry one other thing besides that. I do carry Bibles.
Oh, well, absolutely. That's
so
kind of the
that is something that,
of all of it.
But I do believe that every word that God speaks are all scriptures in the making, because everything that he breathes is so.
And where did the name come from for God Breathed Publishing? You just kind of led into that.
Again, it came to me when I first started writing. He breathed it into existence, so therefore there it is.
Now, are you going to work by special request since you create things? If someone is looking for something more specific that you don't have, how open are you to adding new things?
Absolutely, I will, so long as it doesn't compromise my morals at all or standards.
That's absolutely a commitment that you've made.
Right.
Now, one of the things, have you found a place for we're coming up on the next version of the Magic of Marble Festival. You got a little something that we're going to be putting up in there.
Yes.
You want to talk about that just a little bit? One of the local sculptors that didn't have much talent put something together?
Absolutely. A local sculptor had carved a heart with Jesus on the cross in the center for me, and put, there's always hope carved at the bottom. And
the name of the sculpture is There's Always Hope.
Yes.
Do we know this guy?
I think so.
It would be me. Not exactly artistic. I have a lot of artists in the family, but it is beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful.
And, I did it for my baby.
Yeah.
And this is something I'm going to be proud to show off, because I'm proud of her and the dedication she has to. It's more than a business; it's a ministry, and she'd like for you to be a part of that. So the big sneak preview, that's coming up this weekend, this Saturday, March 16th, from 11 until 1. I know that's not an awful lot of time, but whatever you're doing, wherever you're going to stop and grab some lunch, also make a part of your plans coming by There's Always Hope. Where is it located?
105 Coosa Pines Drive in Childersburg.
It's 105 Coosa Pines Drive. You turn off of Highway 280 there at the pit stop, between the pit stop and I believe that's a Chevron across the way, onto Plant Road, Highway 235, that's also known by the name of Coosa Pines Drive. Behind the pit stop and in front of Childersburg Budget Storage, there's a 4-building mall there, if you will, a strip mall. And you're the second from the left as you face it.
That's correct.
Well, that's what's coming up this weekend. But between now and then, we got a couple of things we also wanted to remind you about the greater Coosa Valley area. More specifically, Highway 280, the bridge construction project is ongoing. If you have or have not been up there, they've made a lot of progress since the weather cleared up a little bit, and they've had some wonderful weather. The last couple of days, they've worked on the next layer of paving up there on the new section. They've completed the part across the way where just beyond the bridge, and now they're working on the far ends of both coming on and going off on the far side. They will be finishing up the access from the Fayetteville-Childersburg Highway to allow that intersection to open back up. And you'll only be able to go right as they move the new traffic over. They're going to take what's now the middle section and move it over and up a little bit, as in elevation, because that was part of this project, was to raise the bridge. And the traffic will flow toward Sylacauga, Alexander City, Auburn, Opelika. From the other side of the road, the intersection will remain open for a while. It's going to have to shut down to make the adjustments on that side, but the traffic flow will have to turn right toward Shelby County and Birmingham. That means that if you're going to need to go the other direction from either one of those roads, you're going to have to go ahead and turn right and then make your way to turn back around a little bit farther down the road. But that's what's next, and it could be coming sometime within the next week or so. Then they will widen that new section a little bit, especially toward the ends, and move all of the traffic up to the new section while they finish the middle and the near side toward Childersburg. It sounds a little more complicated than it's going to be, but we urge you to be careful, to slow down, give yourself some extra time, and watch out for the other guy, because while we've been inconvenienced by all the construction work for a while, not everybody has, and that means that they are going to be passing through, and a lot of them pass through at a pretty high rate of speed. They've been giving out tickets, the fines are doubled, and we've learned our lessons around here, but some of the folks passing through, so be aware of those and be on the lookout. Also, we're putting together plans if you, your civic organization, your business, your church group, or anybody would like to be a part of what I like to build. It may not be the world's largest, but it's one of the biggest birthday celebrations around. The city of Childersburg will be celebrating its 479th birthday with Coosa Fest 479. That's coming up on April 13th. From 10 until 3. You can pick up your applications at our chamber office across from City Hall on 3rd Street in Childersburg, or you can find them on our Facebook page or on our web page. That's Greater Coosa Valley Chamber.com or Greater Coosa Valley Chamber Facebook page. Well, I'm assuming that Jimmy Dale's going to wander back in here and keep these folks informed and entertained for the rest of the time. But I'm Tom Roberts, along with my guest today, Deliverance Hope. What you got coming this weekend?
A sneak preview.
A sneak peek preview of There's Always Hope, Christ-based gifts and cards. And look forward to meeting you there this weekend from 11 till 2, 105 Coosa Pines Drive.